Alright, so today I'm going to be reviewing Assimil, the Assimil Spanish method. And here's how it looks. Here's a book. This video is going to say 2020, but this is not the 2020 version. I got this like when I was in middle school, and I'm about to go in my second year of college now. So yeah, I got it when I was in middle school, so it probably was like the 2014 version. I got it as a gift because I really wanted to learn Spanish back then, and I never completed it. So I've been taking Spanish seriously for about 10 months now. So after I finished Pimsleur, I started with this course and Wayne, and I'm still doing Wayne now. So Assimil, this is obviously the Spanish course, like I mentioned earlier, but I got this before I knew it was a difference in the type. Before I knew it was a difference in the types of Spanish. So this one right here is European Spanish, and I don't think they have a Latin American Spanish because Assimil is a French company and it's based in Europe. So yeah. So this course has 100 lessons, and it has a review after every lesson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it has 100 lessons, and it's a review after every lesson. The way this method works is, I'll just read the directions of what they tell you, and I'll tell you how I personally used it. So it says passive phase. Read through the dialogues, use the phonetic transcription as a guide. Repeat each sentence out loud. Next, read the translation on the facing page. Use the notes to understand the distinctive features of the language. Test yourself using 2 exercises, and that accompany each lesson. Review what you have learned each week in the concluding review. Active phase. Once you are halfway through the course, you will know enough to go into active phase. As you learn each new lesson, you will also review an earlier one, following our instructions and translation, the dialogue from English to Spanish. Okay. So basically that's what the directions they gave you said. So I'm going to tell you how I personally used it. For me, I skipped the first 20 lessons, and that's because I felt like I was already ahead of that. I had a B1 level come into this, and B1 refers to European framework. So I skipped the first 20 lessons, and then after that I did 1 lesson a day. So the way I did it, I would listen to the audio twice, looking at the Spanish side, and just so you know what I'm talking about. Let me see a good example. So on one side it has Spanish, and one side it has English. So first I would listen to the Spanish side twice. I would only look at the Spanish side twice. And then after that, I listened to it again. I listened to it again, looking at the English side. And then after that, I listened to it again. But this time I paused after each sentence and repeated that sentence. I did that for every sentence. And then I listened to it again after that, just so it could get solidified in my mind. So I listened to each lesson a total of 5, at least 4 times. Sometimes I did more, depending on how difficult the lesson was. Yeah, so, and I'm not trying to make this video too long, so I'm just looking at the time. Okay. And since this is the European Spanish, is based in the the Spanish is from Spain, obviously, so it has a lot of cultural information in this book. It tells you like some events, some landscapes, and holidays from Spain. So if you're interested in that, yeah, it's good for that. I wasn't interested, so I just skipped it because it's all the cultural information is all in English. So I just skipped everything, and it also has pictures. I don't really care about pictures, so I didn't really notice them. I just looked back just now through the book. But yeah, it has a lot of pictures that I don't really care about. I only care about the information. And I forgot to mention this while I was using it. I did the review after the lessons until lesson 64, and then I stopped because I felt like it wasn't helping me at all. So now I'm going to talk about my likes and dislikes about this book. So the first thing I like, it doesn't take long to complete a lesson. And the first couple lessons, it's real slow. Like the audio is real slow. It gives you time to repeat after the audio after the first 20 lessons. Then after that, it speeds up and you have no time. It's just the audio for the lesson. But yeah, it doesn't take long to complete. It takes like 15, sometimes 10 to 20 minutes to complete. And then when you get to the active phase, it took me about anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes. So it doesn't take more than an hour in the active phase. My second like is that it's all in Spanish. The audio is all in Spanish. There's no English. So if you really want to listen to it over and over again, you could. I don't like doing that, but that's what you like. That's good for that. Third is progression. Obviously, once you complete the course, you feel like you've done something, you accomplished something. So that's another thing. And this is unique to Assimil. I haven't seen it in any other method. It has motivational messages as you go on through the course. So I'll just read one of those. Let me just find one. Okay, so I'll just read one real quick. Congratulations, you reached the end of the lesson that covers quite a few important points. We'll come back to them as we go on to help you as we go on to help you get the grips with them. You'll see mastering the language is just a matter of time and repetition. It's enough to understand the sentences and repeat them out loud, and the rest will come before you know it. So I've never seen any other course that gives you motivational messages as you progress in it. And my last two likes are actually the last two lessons. So basically, when you get to 99 and 100, it gives you advice to go on and improve your Spanish after completing this course. So basically it says, congratulations, you made it this far, and it's in lesson format, so it's going to be half in Spanish and half in English. So basically it says, congratulations, you made it this far. Make sure you keep practicing, don't stop, stuff like that. And it's very motivational. I like that they made it in the lesson format instead of just telling you in regular in just English. My dislike, sometimes it's boring. Obviously every lesson is not going to be fun. Sometimes it's very boring. Sometimes I woke up and I didn't feel like doing it, but I just did it just to complete it, to say I completed it. Okay. So one of my dislikes is that some of the lessons are unaligned when they could have perfectly been aligned. And I know that sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'll just show you an example. real quick. I don't know how well you can see this, but you can see that it could have been a line. I don't know why they scrunched up all the English together when they could have aligned it perfectly. Another thing I don't like is irrelevant vocabulary sometimes. So I'll just show an example of that too. It says a village bumpkin. I never even heard of it, to be honest with you. What is a bumpkin? I never heard that word in English, but sometimes it has vocabulary that you won't use, and this video is getting kind of long. It's already 11 minutes. So I'm going to go over the claims and whether it's worth it or not. The claims, well, I'll read the back. The strings, lively practical dialogues. Yeah, I can agree with that. Sometimes realistic situations from everyday life. And no, I just showed one example of many examples in the book that have a relevant vocabulary and it's not relevant to everyday life. A carefully designed system with grammatical progression. Yes, it has grammar notes at the end of each grammar notes under every lesson, and that's helpful once you get the gist of the language. Systematic revision to consolidate what you have learned. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I remember some of it, but not everything. Third is fascinating cultural insights. It wasn't fascinating to me. It might be fascinating to you if you really like Spain and Spanish culture. And unique, witty style that is tried and tested. I don't know if it's tested. I haven't seen any studies to show that this method is more effective than other ones. And the last one is, it says, with regular study, in just a few months you will be able to speak Spanish fluently and naturally. That's a lie. Oh, and there's one more after that. B2 level. B2 is essentially fluent in the language. So I'm still not fluent in Spanish after using this. And you can argue that I didn't use it completely because technically I still have to do 50 more lessons. So I don't think I explained the active phase correctly or enough. So basically it's 100 regular lessons, right? So when you finish 100, once you get to 50, you do 51 and you go back to lesson 1 and then you translate lesson 1 from English into Spanish. So you do that all the way through. So technically I did up to 100 and then the active phase up to 51. So technically I still have a lot to go, but for me, I really don't see the benefit of translating these texts from English into Spanish, especially when there's more than one way to say the same thing. So that's just me. I'm not going to continue doing it. I'm ready to move on to more content. So yeah, B2, it won't take you B2. I think it will take you a B1 if you're an A2. I was already B1 before I started this course, so I'm just more further along B1. So yeah. And while I would recommend this book, but I wouldn't recommend it to complete beginners because these lessons progress kind of fast. So I would wait until you are about at an A2 level, or when you have a basic understanding in the language before getting this book. And it shouldn't take that long to get there, probably like a month of studying. You should be able to get there, and then I would recommend you get this book after that. But for the price, I believe I got the super pack. Well, I did get the super pack. It comes with audio. It comes with CDs, MP3 CD too, and then the book. And right now, I just looked on Amazon. It is $112. I didn't pay that. Like I said, it's a gift. But honestly, I wouldn't pay that for this book. If you can find it for $60 or $70 with the audio, I think it would be worth it. So yes, but I would recommend the book if you can find it for a good price, and if you're learning Spanish from Spain. If not, you can take that money. You can take $112 and get like 3 or 4 resources. So this video is already 15 minutes long. So I'm going to just show you some stuff I'm moving on to now. I bought this book, Spanish short stories. I bought this book, Cuban Spanish 101. I'm trying to learn that specific dialect because I have interest in that. Learning Spanish, learning Cuban Spanish. I'm going to probably be reviewing all of these books. And I have a Spanish grammar book. So, yeah, that's the end of this video. I know it's kind of long, but thank you for watching. And I'm probably going to be putting up a video of me speaking Spanish, my 10-month update, maybe a couple days after this, or even the same day, depending on how long it takes to upload. So yeah, thank you for watching.